It doesn't get more adult and kid-friendly than macaroni and cheese and little hamburgers, so that's what we're working on. I'm gonna make the mac and cheese first because it can stay in the fridge for a while, and then I'll bake it later. I've got some butter melting on the stove, and I'll add some flour to that to make a roux. You know, when we have birthday parties for the kids around our place, we don't have piñatas and 50 kids running around. It's pretty much a family gathering, another excuse to get the family together. And I'm just whisking it together over kind of medium-low heat. Okay, the roux's been bubbling for a few minutes, and now I'm gonna add the milk. Whisk it as you add it. Now this needs to cook for a good 5 minutes to bubble up. So I'm gonna add the macaroni to the boiling water. I'm making 2 pounds of macaroni noodles. Don't be alarmed, I have a really large family to feed. And then to this white sauce, I'm going to add some dry mustard. I really like the flavor of dry mustard, so I add quite a bit. I'm adding 4 teaspoons, but if you're not quite sure how you'll feel about it, add 2 and then give the white sauce a taste and see if you like it. Then you can always add more. Now, as if the white sauce isn't rich enough, I'm gonna make it just a little bit richer by adding some beaten eggs. And it just kind of takes it over the top and makes it ultra decadent. But before I add the beaten eggs to the hot white sauce, I need to temper the eggs a little bit. So while I whisk the eggs, I'll just drizzle in some of the hot white sauce. And just like you don't want to jump into a freezing cold pool, you don't want to pour beaten eggs into a really hot pan of sauce or they'll turn to scrambled eggs. Whisk the white sauce and just drizzle them in slowly. Okay, the white sauce is really thick, it's really smooth, and it's really rich with the addition of the eggs. I've got a bunch of grated sharp cheddar. I'm gonna leave off a couple of cups of cheese because we'll need to top the finished macaroni and cheese with it. You just need to stir the grated cheese into the white sauce. And please resist the temptation to stick a large tablespoon in here and start eating it out of the pot. I speak from experience here. Okay, add a little bit of seasoning, salt, a little bit of seasoned salt. This is optional, but just use whatever seasoned salt you have in your pantry. And black pepper. I like to use this, what I call black dust. And the cheese sauce is done. And in goes the macaroni. This is pretty much all I ate for the first 10 years of my life. It's the only reason I grew as a child, because I ate macaroni and cheese. Okay, just stir it, make sure all the macaroni is evenly coated. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Can I borrow a fork? Okay, it's done. Now we just need to pour it into the pans. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is a lot of macaroni and cheese. Have you ever seen anything like this in your life? I'm almost ashamed, but only almost. I do kind of wish I'd lifted weights for the past couple of months though. This is heavy. Oh. And then sprinkle the extra cheese on top. And that is about the most delicious looking mac and cheese in the world. And I think I probably should taste it just to make sure it's okay. For my children, of course. And speaking of the children, I hope my baby hasn't found out about the surprise party yet. It's his first surprise party, so I'm hoping it all goes off without a hitch. That is good. It's my baby's birthday. We're getting ready for his first surprise party ever. I've got Paige over here making chocolate sheet cake, which is Paige's specialty. She's gonna pour the icing on, and I'm gonna start making the sliders. I thought sliders would be a little more fun than just regular size hamburgers or cheeseburgers. Plus, it's kind of a nod to the fact that this party's for my baby. Now, I've seasoned some ground beef with salt and pepper, and what you are seeing right now might shock you. I'm drizzling in some heavy cream for one very, very important reason. I want to. And you know, with sliders, you really only have a couple of bites for the flavor to shine through, and it just makes for a really rich experience. I'm also gonna add a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce, a couple meaning 6 or 7. If a little is good, a lot is better. Hamburger meat is delicious on its own, but if you just sprinkle seasoning on the outside, you're sort of missing out. I like to flavor the whole thing. All right, I've got all that mixed. Now, to make sliders, I use this 2-ounce scoop, which is pretty much a 1/4 cup dry measure if you want to use it that way. And that's how I make sure that the sliders are all the same size. Just drop it in your hand, form it into a quick patty. No need to be perfect or precise. That's not how things work around here. And then when I make sliders, I make a little indentation in the patty. And that keeps the slider from poofing up and becoming too bulky and tall when it goes on the grill. Well, I suppose I could just serve macaroni and cheese and sliders at the party, but I want to make things a little more fancy, so I'm actually doing a macaroni and cheese and slider bar. I'm serving the two things with different toppings, and that way guests can just pile on whatever they like. I've got some peppered bacon frying in the skillet. I've also got some onion slices that I've been cooking for a long time over low heat.
Ree says that I do a better job of grilling than her, but I think it's just a trick to get me to do all the work out here when it's 100 degrees. If you get your fire right, I think, you know, it should take about 5-6 minutes aside on the slider.
Gorgonzola on burgers, I love it. I love the tanginess of the blue cheese. I love that it kind of gives the burgers an edge. I'll just crumble it up, chop up the bacon. The idea with all the toppings is just to make everything really easy to grab with your fingers or a spoon, little bite-sized bits. All right, pile in the cheese and the bacon and the gorgeous golden caramelized onions. That just makes everything taste delicious.
All right, last 2. I'm ready to go back into the air conditioner. Might have a beer and cool off a little bit. Hey, honey.
Sliders! Who wants to eat? Hey, Grammy, we've got sliders and we've got
What do
macaroni
you want on
and
it, Todd?
cheese. You want some onions?
I will.
You want some blue cheese, gorgonzola? Here, you gotta get some of this stuff here.
Thank you.
You're welcome.